morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Tea. I'm your girl, Alex Schiffman, and of course, I am joined by my lovely co-host, Monty Bolanos, while the tea is still ringing behind me. There we go. Hey, Monty, how you doing?
Hey, girl, I know. I was like, is my tab running? Is it not muted? Okay, good. I was like, technology always fails me. I'm glad that we figured that out. I'm so excited. Dodgers won. They did it.
They did it, Monty. I mean, what a time to be an LA fan between the Lakers and the Dodgers. I mean, growing up here, you as well, I know we've waited for this for before our lifetime, at least with the Dodgers. We've seen a few Lakers championships, over the years, but this is something new. How exciting is this?
Dude, for sure. Since 1988, the Dodgers had not won a World Series. In the last 4 years, they made it to 3 World Series, were cheated out by some people that I'm not going to even mention them. So, it is so nice to win. And of course, it's a weird year. It's 2020, and there's going to be those haters that are always going to be like, oh, you won in 2020. Somebody had to win. Somebody had to do it.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. It is just, it feels, I've always had pride being from LA, but it's extra special. This October is extra special for us. So very exciting. Sure. I don't know. Yeah. I know you got your hat and I have my Dodger blue on. I don't know if you can see in this light, but we're so excited. But T-Tribe, if you're just joining us, of course, let us know in the chat where you're watching from this What Wesley Say Wednesday. And Wesley, of course, hello to you and the rest of the T-Tribe members. We have a great show today, Monty. The tea is really overflowing. Let me just break down what we are covering on the show today because it's a lot. Of course, some Bachelor Nation news. I don't know if you guys saw that episode last night, but the teaser for next week's episode told us a lot. Super exciting. Also, Zayn Malik is teasing some fans on Instagram. I wouldn't say teasing, but flirting a little bit and showing some appreciation. Taylor Swift is revealing some new insights on a podcast about a certain album. Pretty interesting news. Plus, Shawn Mendes is gushing over Camila Cabello. And, he's just been all about her these past, few weeks. I think we've been talking soon, as he started releasing music. We also have new music news from Liam Payne and Harry Styles. The 1D boys are out to play on today's show, followed by our Car Jenner Tea Time. We'll be discussing outrage from kid posts and the revelations coming out of the Keeping Up with the Kardashians teaser tomorrow's episode. And something we learned about Khloe, which is pretty scary. We kind of assumed it previous teaser that we have a competition. And finally, for our own today, we're about Kylie's recent appearance on James' channel, another Halloween makeup look. And it has to do with me and some new siblings. Stick around for that later on the show. So it's a great show, Monty. Are you ready?
So stoked. Let's get into it. I'm just going to randomly say go Dodgers throughout the show, but it's fine. It's cool.
I love it. I want to check in with the T-Tribe before we start. Lauren is saying, good morning, T-Tribe and Alex and Monty, beautiful ladies. Oh, thank you, Lauren. Josephine is joining us from Denmark. She says, good morning or night here. I'm cooking dinner here in Denmark, Copenhagen. Josephine, what's on the menu? What are you cooking tonight? Monty, I see your chat. We're chatting about tequila and margaritas. That sounds good.
Karina says she's never had tequila. Karina says she's never had tequila. I had to address it.
Wow. That is a big revelation from Miss Karina Lee over there. Interesting. Is that by choice? Or let us know.
Or just life is unfair and you haven't had tequila? I don't understand.
You could take my shot on next Tequila Tuesday, Karina. Let's just say that. Even though I do enjoy tequila, but at 8:30 in the morning, I could do without it, sometimes. Unless I'm heading to Vegas or some sort of party after, but we're just in our home and it gets weird after Tequila Tuesday. But Kate is joining us from Russia this morning. Wow. Shauna is joining us, or Shayna is joining us from New Jersey. Kate's from Moscow in Russia. Stephanie is watching from Mars. Now that is pretty cool, Stephanie. I didn't know that we could broadcast all the way to Mars. That is some out of the world news. I know everyone is shocked at Karina's revelation. It does smell gross. It tastes gross too.
No. Start saying, Alex. Don't start telling people that tequila is gross. Can we use a different word? Like all alcohol, there is an acquiring taste.
It's an acquiring taste, and it's shocking, like all alcohol when you first have it. Right. But you get used to it.
Yes,
you do.
And you get the orange slice, like I said, y'all. Get that orange slice ready, and I promise you, it'll be a lot easier than you think. Don't go for the lime. It's just marketing and being on the beach that they tell you for the lime. Get the orange. Trust me.
I love it. But some other news we have to talk about, because we spoke about them on the show the other week. Did you see Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton got engaged?
Yes. I think all of us were not surprised at all, but it's so sweet that it's officially happening. That photo was so cute. I was like, oh my God, yay, good job. Get married. Yes. So
exactly.
Cute.
Get married. They've already, been living together in Oklahoma on Blake's farm or home or, compound. But it's official. So it's very exciting for people that have been following the couple, the Voice fans. I'm really happy for them because they obviously found each other at a very, very sad time. All right, let's get into it, Monsi. Do you have your tea? Let's do this because we have so much to spill. Cheers.
Cheers
to the tea. Mm-hmm. So we kick off the show, of course, with our You Missed It stories. These are all the stories you may have missed overnight. But don't worry, we handle all the trending tea for you. And first up, we're talking about Miss Tayshia Adams. Bachelor Nation fans, listen, it's finally arrived. The moment we've been waiting for all season, literally. It's a new teaser for next week's episode. Bachelorette fans get to see the breakdown of the entire show and catch a glimpse of how the rest of the season is about to play out. Starting with the line that has been propelling the entire show this season, the trailer shows how Claire's exit from the series is affecting the entire cast, and the trailer ends with the new Bachelorette's reveal that you just got a little tease of. Miss Tayshia Adams is coming in next week. Now, we've been getting ourselves ready for the switch-up since news of Tayshia joining the show was unveiled in August. With everything that has gone on already this season, how do you think they'll keep the energy and the drama alive when things get, back to normal when Tayshia joins?
Girl, it's not going to take a lot because Claire's got to go. Claire is not handling this whole situation well, in my opinion.
Right.
We've known about this. We've known that something was going to happen. She fell in love early. We were going to get a new Bachelorette. And honestly, I'm just kind of like, okay, speed it up, because I was defending Claire after the first episode, and then after last night's episode, I'm like, I cannot defend you anymore, girl. You are not handling this well at all. Granted, there could be some editing involved, some scripted stuff here and there, but still, there's something, she's not coming off genuine to me, and it's kind of, she just seems like she's over all the men. She's all about Dale, and it's like, okay, then mommy, go ahead, go on with your bad self, please leave the show, give us Tayshia, give us a typical Bachelorette season, and I will be very happy.
Yeah, I agree. At first we were defending Claire. She was the oldest Bachelorette joining the season. So she was a strong, independent woman who knew what she wanted. And I was all about it. And I liked her on other seasons, Juan Pablo season. I always kind of liked her personality on other shows, and I was rooting for her. She's tried this thing at Love a few times, so I wanted it for her. But like you said, I've watched the show. There's this whole Dale, storyline and saga that we're watching play out, and I was excited to kind of see that love story unfold. But I'm not excited anymore. The way it's been handled, I just don't. I'm not interested anymore. Like I'm ready for Tayshia, and I'm happy for Claire that she found someone that she loves. That is the goal at the end of the show. And I do agree with you that production has 100% to do with a lot of reality shows, storylines and the way things are edited. Yes. And I'm sure a lot of that happened.
Yeah.
But I don't know, even the other guys on the show, I'm not really rooting for. Like, there's no one that stands out for me, besides this Dale for her.
For sure. And which could be part of the editing, that they're making us not really be into the dudes because of this whole change up. But just the way Claire is handling, like I was talking to my girlfriends last night about Claire, and one of my friends brought up JoJo, and how JoJo early on knew she really liked Jordan, but she still went through the process. And that's where I feel like the disconnect is with Claire, that she is not going through the process. She's literally just like, nope, I really don't care. I want that guy. And that's what sucks about it. Even though, like, I'm sure a lot of Bachelor and Bachelorettes like fall for somebody early on, but you still got to go through the process. That's what we tune in to see, and we're not getting it. So that's why it's like, okay, bye, Claire. Go ahead. Go be happily ever after.
Exactly. We watch to see, how 30 or how many ever it is, relationships play out. That's the fun of the show, and it's lacking right now. So I think, the Bachelor franchise made an amazing decision, not only, the diversity aspect of adding Tayshia to the show, but also, it's going to be more exciting to watch when you don't know the ending. Because who wants to read a book when you know the ending? You know what I mean? Or a movie or a TV show. I just don't agree.
I will say, sometimes you can give me a spoiler on something and it'll make me want to watch it. I will say
Which is why we did.
Yeah.
Right? We had the spoiler of Dale, which is why we turned in the beginning. But what we wanted to see, I think we didn't only want to see Dale and Claire's relationship. We wanted to see everything. Yes. Now, I will say, in defense of Claire, because I always got to, give some defense to who we're talking about, I think that I do understand the feeling. I've always been that person. Like, I couldn't date like 5 guys at a time. I always kind of know, I like this one the most, and I kind of put all my energy into one person. I've just never been that person. And I always admired my girlfriends that could date 5 guys at a time and be like, I kind of like him, I kind of like him, I kind of like him. So I understand her having a front runner. I get that part of it, but I also am over the story and I'm ready for Tayshia.
But see, like, you're defending her, but at the same time, argument to what you're saying is, don't sign up for the Bachelorette and you're gonna date all these men. So, like, I feel like Claire, it's just disappointing. Claire, you've been through the process, you've been part of this franchise, of this world, and here you are kind of like doing whatever you want, knowing what this is supposed to be about. And so, like, she's coming off just like a little bit just annoying in the sense that she just feels entitled, and it's just like coming off wrong. And it might not be the way she thought, but it's not being projected well on the show at all.
100%. And I also think that, I feel bad for the other men on the show that, took time out of their lives and really, took this process seriously, wanted to come on, wanted to find love, hopefully, if they're there for the right reasons. Like, what about the contestants? There are a lot of people involved in this season. Production, money, time. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
It's time to move on.
What about us?
So I'm happy.
The fans.
What about us? They never remember us in all of this. We're ready for Tayshia, girl. Yes. I'm excited. Okay. Something else Something else we're excited about is this next story. Zoe 101 fans got a throwback and possible look into the future with a new music video promoting a possible reboot of the fan favorite Nickelodeon series. So starring none other than Jamie Lynn Spears and the rest of the Zoe 101 cast, the music video set up a faux casting call for the new series and includes stars such as JoJo Siwa, Harry Jowsey from Too Hot to Handle, pop star Sophia Reyes, Dixie D'Amelio, and Noah Beck. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's really cool. Jamie Lynn Spears has been teasing out a reboot for a while now on her Instagram, and this new music video looks like it may be, in fact, in the works. So, also, the theme song was rebooted as well. Chantel Jeffries, DJ artist who's dating actually Drew Taggart from the Chainsmokers right now, did the remix. So that was kind of cool. What did you think of the music video, Monsi? And did anything in it get you excited for a reboot?
Well, I'm not going to lie. I did not watch Zoe 101. Very familiar with it. It just wasn't one of the shows that I watched during the time, but I saw the video and it's totally nostalgic, like 100%. It was fun. If I was a Zoe 101 fan, I would be so stoked after watching that video. I enjoyed it and I literally was like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know any of these cast members, but I liked it. It was super fun with all those other appearances of the TikTok stars. Like, it was super fun. I liked it. I just didn't watch the show, but I can see why the excitement is brewing. I felt it.
Totally. You know, I also did not watch the show growing up, but I know the nostalgia the show brings. I remember that time in, life where everyone was so excited. I know that there's a huge fan base that still follows the show very closely and have been very excited, anticipating a reboot. I do want to shout out Danny because I think she has a good point. With all the Free Britney drama, I'm really looking at Jamie with a side eye. I would be super excited about this, but right now I don't know how to feel about it. It is a very interesting time, possibly on purpose, Monsi, for Jamie to come out with this video. What do you think about Danny's point?
I thought the same thing. And I wasn't going to bring it up because I didn't want to get into a sad mode because I hate talking about Britney's situation. It really makes me sad. So I wasn't going to bring it up, but I immediately felt that. I literally was like, it seems a little bit sketch. Like, your sister's going through some really tough situations right now that the world is becoming more and more aware of. And here you are having fun and promoting this. I also thought it was a bit weird, but I wasn't going to bring it up. I'm glad somebody else did.
Yeah. Wesley also just said the music video should have stayed in a vault, to be honest. Wesley was not a fan. I actually enjoyed the song, the music video. It was cool, I guess, for Zoe 101 fans to see kind of the old cast members back together and have a little bit of a reunion, a little tease. So I appreciate that aspect of it, but it was random, and I'll be honest, I knew more of the TikTok stars. I've interviewed Sophia Reyes, absolutely love her. She's super talented. I knew more of the other cast members than the Zoe 101 cast, but I agree. It's also kind of, interesting timing with the Free Britney, drama and movement going on for Jamie to be releasing this. So I don't really know how I feel about it, but I enjoyed the music. I thought the music video was a little random that these, all of these people were together, but I guess it was also purposeful to kind of bring attention to it, adding the social media influencers in it. So they knew what they were doing, and all in all, I'm sure Zoe 101 fans are happy about it.
Yeah, and I'm going to shout out Nicole, who said, I prefer Lizzie McGuire, and That's So Raven. Yes. With that, the fact that the Lizzie McGuire reboot didn't happen because of issues of how Hilary Duff wanted Lizzie McGuire to be portrayed in this day and age, right. I would be so sad because I would have been all about that. Whew, I could talk about Lizzie McGuire hours.
Celine said she's referring to Jamie Lynn Spears. She's only said that Britney is fine and that the Spears family only wants the best. So I guess in Jamie Lynn's defense, she's stating everything is cool. So that would make sense why she could kind of move on with life. However, us fans over here, they forget about, are still kind of, wondering what's going on in that family. But let's move on to some other news because Mr. Zayn Malik is flirting with fans on Insta, and we have to talk about it. So he posted 2 new song covers to his Instagram yesterday, one of James Bay's Hold Back the River and one of Paolo Nutini's Last Resort. Fans, as they do, quickly jumped onto the post with messages of love and support. Happy to have any kind of music from Zayn at all. Zayn decided to take some time to comment back to some of the fans as well, giving a bit of service to his loyal followers. One user wrote, "Zayn, stop. Oh my God," with Zayn responding with crying face emojis. Another fan simply wrote, "Beautiful," with a red heart emoji. Zayn responded with, "Who, me? No, you." Hey, a little Zayn flirting, or any pop star for that matter, goes a long way. So he knows what he's doing. What did you think of the covers and Zayn showing his followers a little love in the comments?
So let's start with the good. Let's start with the positives here. Positive. He's talking to his fans and, like you said, kind of like flirting. Like that's so awesome, so sweet, so cute to see him do that, especially because we know he's busy. It's not like he's just like at home chilling, like don't have a newborn baby and, isn't creating music. So the fact that he took time out of his busy schedule to do that, I love that. So sweet. He looks great in the shots. Does he sound great? Not so much, but we're gonna attribute that to bad sound. We're gonna say the quality of the sound was not good because it didn't sound great.
Yeah, they weren't the best covers that an artist has done. But I also think that, he was just having a little fun and posted it. I don't know about the covers. What I want to talk about is one of the comments was like, "Zayn, the baby is sleeping." And it just like made me laugh because it's like, he does have a newborn baby that could possibly be taking a nap. Like, why is he in the living room recording a cover? But also, any new music or content from Zayn, I'm sure, fans approved of. And I love that he's still interacting because, the fans are what it's all about. So he's had a child and he still remembers his fans. So that's a good man.
Yeah. And I like the way he was responding. Like, it wasn't just typical, like, "Oh, thank you." Like, he really was trying to have fun with it. And that's what I think is so sweet, because he could have just responded, "Thank you, that's it." No, like, there was a little bit more to it, and he was trying to have fun, and it's evident in the way he responded.
Exactly. All right, well, let's get into this next Taylor Swift story. So Swifties, get excited because listen to this interesting news. Taylor has declared that Red, who you've also declared your love for, Monsi, is her only true breakup album. So in a preview for an upcoming podcast feature for Rolling Stone and Amazon Music, Taylor shares that the album, Red, was the only one she wrote specifically to address a breakup. So we'll get to that in a second. So Taylor says in the clip, quote, "I look back on this as my true breakup album. Every other album has flickers of different things, but this was an album that I wrote specifically about a pure, absolute, to the core heartbreak." Powerful statement coming from Taylor Swift. So fans love to speculate about different breakup anthems or albums that Taylor releases, even going so far as to make every Taylor album some kind of answer to a broken heart, as we should. What did you think of Taylor's admission here? And do you think that she has other albums that capture a better breakup than Red?
No, I was thinking about it and I was like, no, I feel like Red from beginning to end is really an album about love and heartbreak from beginning to end. So yes. I'm not surprised at all that she said this. It's nice to hear it though, because we always speculate what was the inspiration behind this song, behind this album. Where did it come from? Where did you find it inside of you? So it's nice to hear her say it, because that is what we thought for so long. That's the song with Jake Gyllenhaal. And you said we were just talking about it. I'm blanking out. The other song is about Harry Styles, that they said it was about, or we thought it was about Harry Styles. So like, it's more like the interesting part is like, man, it was that bad of a breakup with Jake Gyllenhaal? Is that how it hurt you that much? Yeah. That's what's interesting about it.
Right. So her admission to this really shows us something else, that relationship in her life, Jake Gyllenhaal, and, you know, I Knew You Were Trouble, one of my all-time favorites about Harry Styles. Those two relationships had a huge impact on Taylor, which is something we knew as a fan, that there was heartbreak there, but her saying such a, you know, powerful statement like that shows, wow, I guess it was a lot, you know, much further along than we even thought. So that was interesting. And we love Red. So we agree. It hit us too.
Yeah, for sure. And like, the fact that she's saying it now also goes, it just shows you how long it took for her to even want to say that out loud. Because she knows now we're talking about it. Now we're going to start, you know, even speculating deeper into her relationship with at least Harry Styles and Jake Gyllenhaal. So the fact that it took her this long to say it really, really must have sat deep inside her for a while. And it's crazy. It's crazy. But I believe it. That album really is, from beginning to end, love and heartbreak all the way through.
Oh, yes. Well, T-Tribe, let us know in the chat, what is your favorite song from Red? And are there any other albums of Taylor's that you thought may have, you know, hit you differently? Like made you, if you were going through a breakup, you would love to listen to one of those songs or albums. But I agree. I think that, you know, Red was special. And as, you know, a Taylor Swift fan, like you know, some of those songs we'll never forget, whereas other albums or other songs may not be, you know, we may not feel as connected to. So whatever she was trying to kind of present or demonstrate or get out through these songs, it worked, girl. Let me just say it worked.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, speaking of working, Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello are still working strong. Shawn joined the Tonight with Jimmy Fallon last night to promote his new single, his upcoming album, and the release of his Netflix documentary special. So, of course, like any celebrity tied to another famous star, Shawn was asked about his relationship with Camila Cabello, which has been rekindled in recent weeks following a long quarantine separating the two lovebirds. So after admitting that the interview was happening in Camila's house, Shawn opened up about how being together during quarantine really wanted to start writing music again. So he said, quote, "At first, I was like, there's no way I'm going to make music. This is going to be impossible. But a week goes by and you start cooking eggs in the morning and doing laundry and taking dogs for a walk. And you have a coffee mug. You use the same every day. And it's just nice. It's very abnormal for me." He also talked about how Camila helped him face his fears of deep water and that helped inspire him for the creative direction of the upcoming album. So he said, quote, "I was in Miami and we were out on the water. I just got the final mix of the song back and me and all my friends, like 3 of my friends and Camila, were on the boat. The song was playing and the skies just opened up and the rain started pouring down. My biggest fear is deep water. But we all just jumped in the middle of the ocean while it was pouring rain, and I looked around, and that was kind of the essence." So what did you think of Shawn's appearance on Fallon last night? How does this change your impression of Shawn and Camila? And did you know Shawn's biggest fear was deep water, Monsi and T-Tribe?
No. Well, I'm not surprised about his comments towards Camila. Again, I have believed them. I think they're super cute. I think they like each other. I've believed them from the beginning, so none of that surprises me. But about the deep water, I did not know that, and I feel that. And remember, I told you, I was like, I'm not that great of a swimmer. Like, I can swim, but if I'm in the ocean deep, I fall off a boat or something, y'all, somebody has to come get me, okay? Moving on from that, I thought Shawn, in watching him with Fallon, one, I know he had curly hair, but at one point he like kind of stretched it out, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you have such long curly hair."
Long lock.
Long, but you know, like you always see it and it's like, "Oh yeah, he's got curly hair." But he like pulled it out and I was like, "Oh my goodness." And also the top he was wearing, I was very like, "Oh, this is very Romeo of Romeo and Juliet."
Oh
I
yeah.
was digging it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he's obviously, this shows me, I know we love to speculate about their relationship, and, many fans have said that it's a PR stunt. I just don't, at this point, he's still talking about it. He's still very much kind of confessing and gushing his love for this woman. So I just, at the end of the day, I'm happy that, his music has such inspiration behind it, because that's when the best music comes out, whether you're in love, through a breakup, that's when the best art is created, is when you feel something as the artist. So I'm just ready to hear the album. Of course, I'm still interested in watching the documentary, learning more about Sean. So I love it. And yes, he does bring a little Romeo vibe. But I know you and I have an unpopular opinion right now with the T Tribe. They will not agree with what we're saying, but we got to be honest how we feel, right? It's our opinion.
Right. For sure. And if we find out, like, again, if we find out in whatever, a year, that it was all PR and it was fake, well, that sucks. But I'm gonna believe it. I'm gonna stick to my hopeless romanticness inside me, and I'm gonna believe it.
Yeah. Keisha says we haven't heard anything about them until he started promoting, and the deep water setup is just corny. So they're not Sean fans here. But listen, let's move on to some new music, because there's some exciting new music. And I don't know how I feel about this next story. So listen to this. Liam Payne is skipping right past Halloween, right past Thanksgiving, and releasing a Christmas single this Friday. So posting to his social media yesterday, Liam teased his newest single, Naughty List, saying, quote, "Merry Christmas all. Too soon? I'm releasing a new single this Friday to get you in the festive mood this year. It's called #Naughty List. And as an early present, you can hear part of the track on TikTok now." Now get this. So fans heard a girl's voice in the background of the tease. And if you search Liam's song on Apple Music, you see Liam and Dixie D'Amelio as the artist. Dixie also duetted Liam's clip on TikTok, lip syncing the song. So I'm not saying, but I'm saying that this is a collab. But following the current trend of, sneak previewing new music on some of the social media sites, the new single, like I just said, has a snippet ready to listen on TikTok now. Are you excited for Liam's new single? And are you ready to deck your halls in anticipation of the holiday season? Or is this too soon?
Yes, it's too soon. Yes, you guys, it is October 28th. Can we at least wait for it to be November? At least? I'm excited about it. I love Christmas music, so I am stoked about it, and it sounds fun. I loved the sneak peek he gave us, all about it, but way too early. Also, Papi, Ariana's releasing her album Friday, so maybe not the same day.
Right.
I'm just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are two bad moves, releasing on the same day as Ariana's album. And also, it's too early. We haven't even gotten to Halloween yet. Like, he's releasing it a day before Halloween. Liam, listen, I love Christmas music, love Christmas albums, love celebrating holidays. I'm all about this, but I got to get through each holiday, and I want to celebrate my Halloween. I want to celebrate my Thanksgiving. And the December one, Liam, you got me. I'll be streaming your Christmas song, Naughty List. Cute name. I like the name, right?
Yeah,
Wesley says, the only Christmas song we need to get into the festive mood is All I Want for Christmas Is You. Yeah, that's Mariah kicks off my holiday season. So until I hear Mariah, I'm not ready for it.
It's true though. Why is that, right? Like the minute you hear that song, you're like, oh, okay, 'tis the season officially.
Tis the season. All right. Well, super exciting that he's collabing with Dixie. That'll be cool, different. So I'm interested to kind of hear the rest of the song. The teaser sounded good. Like I liked it. So I'll stay tuned, but not until December 1st.
Yeah, no. It's just, and even I think like once Thanksgiving kicks in, it's like a good time. Okay, Thanksgiving, it's the week of Thanksgiving. You feel like you're in the holiday spirit because you're supposed to see family, even though this year things are weird. But I think once Thanksgiving kicks in, it's like, okay, holidays, Christmas,
now we're
all
here.
That. Now
exactly.
we're here. Until then, no, let's not. And say we did. Yeah, let's not.
Totally. I mean, like, Halloween itself is so different than the rest. You know, Thanksgiving blends into, and like you said, starts the holidays. But we got to, keep Halloween over here in October.
Yeah, seriously. Let's, real quick, pointing out to somebody in the chat that just said, Nike Taylor, did anyone hear that the person who leaked Ariana's music has to pay $150K fine? I didn't hear about that, but I found that super interesting. Thank you for letting us know that's something. I hope that's accurate. Like we were talking about it yesterday, how unfair and how unhappy we were with that hacker or whoever it was that did that. So Nike Taylor, thank you. I hope you're right. I will look further into it when the show is done. T-Tribe, if you want to look into it as we're talking, feel free. But I had not heard anything about that.
Yeah, I think they should be fined more than that. That seems small. I think the fine should be higher. All right. Well, let's move on to this Harry Styles news because we keep talking about Harry Styles, and his fans may have more than just the new music video for Golden to be hyped over. So listen to this news. LA indie electro band Cannons posted to their Twitter account yesterday this very cryptic tweet tagging Harry with an eyes emoji. And then they had this audio file kind of screenshot, not a teaser, just this screenshot. This obviously begged the question, what does this mean? Harry fans everywhere have been flooding the post with variations on that question, excited at the possibility that Harry may have some new music to share with everyone. But Harry has recently been filming in LA for the new movie Don't Worry Darling with Florence Pugh. But who's to say you can't make a little music on the side? Listen, this man is talented. Wouldn't surprise me. Do you think we have some new music to look forward to? Monsi, T-Tribe?
Yeah, right? Like that has to be it. That's weird to tag him and to post this cryptic message if there is nothing coming from it. Like even if he was just slightly involved, I feel like then don't tag him. But this has to be some sort of collab. This has to be new music. And I'm interested because isn't the band Cannons a little bit of like a what is the word I'm looking for? Like for
indie
and like, yeah, like I think that his voice could pair really well with that style of music. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, definitely. I'm very excited. Of course, like we mentioned, anything Harry touches, I tune in. So this could be cool. This sounds very, it's an interesting collab. I don't know much about the Cannons, but I'm here for it. So exciting that new music may be coming. I want to shout out, Anna. Oh, you answered Anna. Anna was asking about our lipsticks. Thank you, Anna. Monsi is wearing, Anastasia. How do you pronounce? Beautiful. And I have like a mixture. It's like a Fenty, it's a Stila, it's a NARS lip liner. It's like 3 different brands. Sometimes I like to get a little creative at 5:30 in the morning when I get ready. So I wish I'll get the exact for you, Anna. All right, let's move on to, of course, our card Jenner tea time. So beep, beep, let us in those gates because we got a lot to talk about. First up, we're talking about Kim's 40th birthday. last week. She celebrated last week, but she posted some photos from the private island soiree to her Twitter account yesterday. And the reaction from fans was probably not what she anticipated. So fans across the Twitterverse went in on Kim's post, calling her tone deaf to the struggles so many are facing during the pandemic. Kim even acknowledged the safety precautions that her inner circle took to be able to go on the trip and the obvious privilege that she has to throw such a party. That didn't stop critics from commenting on her post. One user said, "Good for you. I lost 4 months of pay, still tied up with unemployment, and I've seen a significant drop in future earnings. I'm helping my daughters with childcare and virtual school for my granddaughter. Still haven't gotten my 2019 tax return. Glad you had fun." Many of the detractors posted snarky responses to her post, creating a meme out of them with the caption, quote, "After 2 weeks of multiple health screens and asking everyone to quarantine, I surprised my closest inner circle with a trip to a private island where we could pretend things were normal for just a brief moment of time." Adding pictures of music videos and movies that are moments before a disaster. So Twitter had a lot of fun with this one. Do you think Kim actually did anything wrong here?
I think there's a lot of layers here to this story. A little bit, sure, let's say it's a little tone deaf in the sense that there's so much going on in the world. But for instance, this person that said that to her about her situation, awful. So many people are going through some really awful things right now. So I'm not negating any of these feelings, but it seems like your anger is misdirected. I don't think you should be angry at Kim for the struggles that you're going through. And even though Kim was a little bit tone deaf, I think people are also hypocritical in the sense that if you had the money and resources to make sure that everybody is COVID free, you have all these doctors, all these tests, hypocritical for you to say you wouldn't do the same thing on your 40th birthday. So
Right.
I'm not saying that like watching Kim's pictures didn't annoy me, but it annoyed me because I'm jealous, because I wish I could do it. That's where
Exactly.
I get people getting mad, but people getting mad at her and trying to throw their the life situation we're in right now, that's not fair. That just seems a little bit misdirected, the anger and those feelings. But that's why I say there's like a lot of layers. It's not very black and white when we're talking about this situation, in my opinion.
I completely agree. I think it's a little misdirected as well. However, I will say I sympathize with everyone going through, difficult times and struggling. And I understand that and I hear you. But I also think it's not Kim's fault that all of this is going on. And like you said, I think at the end of the day, 40 is a huge milestone. Anyone deserves to celebrate a huge milestone in their life. And like you said, if you had the resources and all of that, sure. Is it a little tone deaf at this moment? Yes. But I also think that if they're being safe, if they're following the precautions, which we're all advised to do, then I don't necessarily see such an issue with it. And I don't think that they deserve criticism for what others are struggling with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
right.
agree that it's tone deaf. I agree. I probably wouldn't post something like that. I understand that. But I also think they have, their brand is their livelihood. That's how they make money. So if we're talking about being employed and all of that, they're trying to do what they need to do as well. And we have to remember celebrities are humans at the end of the day. If you don't like what they're posting, unfollow them.
Right. Like, it's just all these feelings, this anger, it's like, yes, you're upset and you're angry of the situation and all of that is validated. You're just projecting it to the wrong people. Like, I don't understand why be so upset. Again, like annoyance, being jealous. Yeah. But like this other thing of like, you shouldn't be doing this. It's like, why not? It's their life. They did all the right precautions and took tests and did everything. And they can do it in probably the safest way with their resources, their power, and their money. So I'm 100%. I don't see really the problem. Maybe don't post the pictures, Kim, I guess, so you don't upset people. But at the same time, I don't get upset. I just was like, well, must be nice.
I also think that, unfortunately, Kim can't really do, maybe she could give some money, donate, but I also think that that's not necessarily her job. That's something that would come out of the gracious of someone's heart, but the things that, people are kind of complaining about are out of her control. And I, like you said, it's misdirected. It's like, if you have these feelings, go to the person that can help you, that can change something about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. But we're still talking about Kim's birthday because we saw something in the background of some of her photos, and we got to talk about it. So while Kim has been playing cleanup on a problem she probably didn't anticipate, Devin Booker has found himself embroiled in yet another series of dating rumors. As rumors continue to swirl around Devin Booker and Kendall Jenner's possible relationship, they're totally together right now. Devin was spotted in the background of some of the photos that Kim posted from her private island birthday party. So, right there, right behind Scott, you see him. Posted yesterday, you can see Devin standing behind Scott, as I just mentioned, and Mason in this photo, seemingly being led by Kendall through the party. You see Kendall kind of peeking out in the other shoulder. Are these two even trying to hide anything at this point? Why just not come out and confirm they are dating? Kendall has always been very secret about kind of her, not secret in the way that we see them, but she never confirms it for us.
Definitely not. She's more private for sure. Honestly, I think that they haven't said anything because I don't think they have an official title. I think they're both kind of like, they're dating each other and they like each other probably, but I feel like they're both kind of like, let's take this super slow because the situation we are in the world, you are constantly traveling. The minute basketball starts back up, I'm going to be a star. I'm carrying my team down in Phoenix. Like, I got to stay focused. So I think it's more that they're just not official. Really, I think it's that simple. Sometimes we want to complicate things. And I really think with this situation, it's that black and white. They're just not official and they're dating and there's nothing to say.
Right. Exactly. I feel like the only relationship that we kind of had a confirmation from Kendall was Harry and her when they briefly dated. I feel like that was the kind of one time where we're like, okay. She was rumored to be dating Blake Griffin at times. She was seen at the games. I mean, but we see her places. We see photos of the couples, but there's never like a love you, babe, with a heart Instagram official post ever.
No.
And I kind of like it too. Like, kind of cool.
Me too. Yeah,
right?
Like it's cool. I'm all for it. Keep it private, but I really do think it's just that it's not official. That they're both just kind of taking it very slow and seeing where life takes them. And if it works out, I think they'll tell us. I think it'll be like, oh no, it's official. We're actually together.
Right. Yeah. No, you're right. She also is, young. At the end of the day, like they could be taking it slow because, they need time to figure it out. Okay.
Yeah.
Switching gears to a little bit more difficult news. In a recent teaser for this week's episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the entire family comes together for Khloe as she gets a confirmed case of COVID-19. So the diagnosis has been anticipated for a couple of weeks now on the show, with many fans speculating that she did get it. The clip starts out with Kim and Chris both very tired after frantically trying to do all they can do to help Khloe and get some answers, and concludes with the bombshell that Khloe does have it. Take a look right now.
I have been in my room. It's going to be fine. But it was really bad for a couple days.
So a very scary moment for the family, as you see there, despite the knowledge that Khloe pulled through. I mean, just today, bad timing, but she posted a, bikini photo from Kim's right before we went live. She's healthy, she's good, and that's the positive side of the story, that she pulled through this, which is why that's another thing they're celebrating. At the end of the day, they had a COVID scare, and Khloe got better. So, they do have a personal kind of story behind this whole pandemic as well. And so that's another reason to celebrate and enjoy life, because life is short. We have some questions regarding the whole ordeal. Specifically, do we think, Monsi, if Khloe did in fact have COVID-19 and she had to quarantine herself, did Tristan step up during this time to take care of True when Khloe was sick?
Let's hope so, because if we see this episode tomorrow, right? It's Wednesday, tomorrow, and he doesn't do anything to help her and help that terrible situation, everyone is just gonna jump back on the train to bash her for back with Tristan. So let's hope that we are going to see one of the reasons that she has given him another chance. And one of the reasons why they're still together and they're making it work. We recently talked about how that insider said that he had made it up to her and that he was doing a lot of things to prove to her. So maybe we're going to get a little glimpse of that on Thursday. I hope so, for sure. I'm really also curious to see, because this happened for them at the beginning of the pandemic. So I'm curious to see her experience to how we are now in the world with the pandemic, because this was so, months and months apart. So I'm curious.
Yeah, if anything, listen, I'm sure everyone is going to be watching to see how Tristan handled this situation. And it could have been the cherry on top of Khloe kind of moving back over to the dark side or the bright side, however you feel about the situation with Tristan. She saw, because listen, that would give, I would give him some brownie points if he stepped up and acted like a man during this time and took over that role.
Yeah.
Despite what happened in the past, that, shows a different side of him. So I hope he did the right thing. And it could be the reason they're back together. Because, during the darkest times, during your hardest times, it's the people that are there for you that you remember and never forget.
Yep, exactly.
I also want to say that I'm interested to kind of learn, what's so intimidating about the virus is that we don't know enough about it. Everyone has different symptoms. Some people feel certain things that other never felt when they had it. Some people have it for a few weeks. Some people have it longer. Like, everyone's experience has been different. So it'll be interesting to kind of educate ourselves and get more insight about the virus itself, kind of see Khloe going through it on camera. And so I'm not excited, that's the wrong word, but interested to kind of learn more about it.
Yeah, exactly. Just curious to see what we're going to see, because this happened for her at the beginning of the pandemic. And now here we are, still kind of unsure of the situation with COVID and all that. So I'm with you. I'm curious. I'm interested. Yeah. I just want to know what she went through at that time. Exactly. And what she was told and everything.
Yeah, 100%. All right. Let's get into our OMT story of the day, because we are almost at the end of the show and we got to talk about this new video with Kylie Jenner and James Charles. So Kylie returned to James's channel for another Halloween makeup video, just like they did 2 years ago. Rather than a skull makeup look, this time around, James created a gory slasher look, complete with scratches on Kylie's face. Obviously, a makeup tutorial wouldn't be complete without some tea being spilled, and Kylie had plenty to give. At the top of the list was Kylie admitting she wanted more kids so badly. She said, quote, "I want more so bad. I actually think about it every day. I just still don't know when. I'm not planning. I don't have a time for that to happen. You can't not want more almost." While we obviously all want Stormi to have a brother or sister, Kylie also talked about how she has to hide her true personality while in the spotlight. She said, quote, "I think that I showed my true personality for so long on Vine and Instagram, and as I got bigger and bigger, I realized when people used to say really mean things about how I really am, my personality, and what I love most about myself, it would hurt me more than almost playing a character. So I just started doing a little less, which is sad. It makes me sad." Now, we've definitely seen more open sides to Kylie recently, especially in the videos she posts with Stormi. We've spoken about Kylie the mom, on the show many times. So, first off, When do you think we can expect another surprise baby from Kylie? Do you think it will help bring even more of herself, to the table that we all rave about when it's on display anyway?
Yeah, and I feel like this baby we could find out tomorrow she's pregnant. Kylie did not go on this private island to celebrate Kim's birthday. She went somewhere else with just Travis and Stormy, which is weird. Think about that. You missed your sister's 40th celebration. I'm just saying, something's going on that we don't know about. But she was with Travis and Stormy. So, like, this could be brewing as we speak. We might find out very soon that she is pregnant again. And I'm all for it. We get
through,
right? Such a light side of Kylie whenever it has to do with Stormy. And hearing her say that she kind of held back her personality because she was getting so many mean comments and people being mean on the internet. I believe that because she, was kind of grew up in the spotlight, and then when she started being her own person and not just part of the Kardashians, I can see someone growing up who is kind of famous and people being mean where you are afraid to be yourself. So I'm hoping that now with Stormy, she's okay with being herself and we get to see more of her, because even in that video with James Charles, she was so fun. She was so fun. I was like, goodness, like, let's hang out, Kylie. I think we should have some Don Julio 1942 on the rocks, girl, because you are fun. You are fun. I am shocked that we haven't gotten more of that.
Yeah, I think she may have been drinking a little bit in the video as well, but I completely agree. I laughed out loud watching it. Kylie, threw shots at him, no pun intended, many times. Like, they were having fun. They talked about Kylie filming, content for her YouTube channel. And she's like, I went to yours, James, to get some inspiration for makeup tutorials. And she's like, I didn't really find any. Like, everything had, a little banter or joke at the end of it. And I appreciated her. Again, we just keep seeing sides of Kylie that we didn't know existed. And I love it. It makes her more relatable. It makes you, like you said, you want to be friends with her when you see that side of Kylie. When you see Kylie, the mom, you're like, I can hang out with this girl. Like, she's funny. She has, a great personality, and I love it. Yeah. Now, Kylie Jenner, the influencer, we don't get that as much. So, and then when it comes to the baby, this isn't a surprise to us. Like you said, it could happen anytime soon. We know Kylie loves being a mom. She's said in interviews and before that, like, she's always wanted to be a mom and a young mom, and this has always been her dream. So I knew she'll probably have a few more children, and have a huge family. So I'm excited for more babies and more Kylie making jokes.
Yeah, like, keep being yourself, Kylie, because the stuff we see, and even though they were drinking, they say when you drink, the truth comes out, like the real you comes out and stuff. So it's like you can tell that she just is fun and that she puts up an image of this influencer that, exactly. It's her image and it's her brand. And so I totally get it. But it's nice to see her on a different side. And this is like a third side now. Like, we got the influencer, we got the mom, and now we have this fun Kylie. Like, I love it. I love it all. Again, out of all the Kardashians, she is the one that surprises me the most.
Yes. And she'll keep surprising us, maybe with some new babies. But on that note, that is all the tea we have to spill today. What a fun show. Thank you again, Monty, for joining me and spilling some tea. If you're new here and a new Tea Tribe member, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share your thoughts. We love to hear them if you're an after sipper. And Monty, if they want more of you after the show, where can they find you?
Yeah, you guys can find me at Monty Bolanos, which you can see right here. Yay. Thank you, technology. And what about you, Alex?
You can find me as well. My name right here at Alex Schiffman on all social media platforms. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time for Thick Thursday, because the docket will be thick with some trending tea. So come join us for that. And on that note, Monty, let's wash this tea off our hands. Everyone stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Love you all. See you tomorrow.
Go Dodgers.